بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. Today I have another reaction video. This one will be very interesting, coming all the way, I think, from India. And the video title says, an ex-Hindu Ramesh become Raheem. Allah guided me in 1 second. So I don't know the brother Raheem, how he become a Muslim, and I didn't watch the video. So let's get to the video and see the details of the brother, how he explains how he discovered Islam and become from Hindu to Muslim, and he reverted to Islam. Allahu Akbar. Let's get to this video, brothers.
I was a born Hindu, raised in a Hindu family. My parents were Hindus, and I really actually liked the partying part of the festivals, like the festivals, what comes, the food, and it was all about the fanciness of it. There was never an attachment or something like that. Our parents worshipped all of those things. In fact, my parents were people who built temples. So I come from a Hindu background, and so do my parents, obviously. And we believed, we have all the statues in our house, and we go to the temple, we worship. So in my childhood, something that bothered me a lot was when we used to stand in queues, big queues for hours to worship these idols inside the temple. If you see in films, I'm sure you guys have not gone into a temple, but in India, you have to literally stand in queue for hours, stand at the line at morning, 3 o'clock, you will be entering at 12 o'clock in the noon. Father was a diplomat, he's retired now, so he was a diplomat in the Indian government. So, all this VIP culture with security guards around you, just walk straight into the premises of the temple. And I used to look at all these people, poor people, standing in lines, and they're looking with an innocent face at me, as if I am something big and they are something small. So this is one aspect that I'll never liked. And I could see that innocence in their face, that these are people who stand for hours, and these guys just walk in with bodyguards, security guards, leading directly into the temple. So I felt as if God was waiting for us to go and see him. This is what feeling that the temple worship, it gave me. Go and visit him, and then we say Tata bye-bye, and we go off, and then he's just sitting there. This was my religion as far as it, and it was only about the food and the glamour. People celebrate it with movies. Like if there is a festival that comes, there are different movies that get released during such time. All about enjoyment. There was nothing at the core of the heart that got connected for me. And then and then my schooling. So this was my childhood, like born in a Hindu family, and then I studied in a Christian school from preschool. So it's called Don Bosco. It's a very, alhamdulillah, it's a beautiful school. Gave me a lot of knowledge and curriculum. So Christian schools, they are very proactive in not only in academics but also in a lot of other activities like sports and drama and a lot of other stuff. So I used to also believe in Jesus Christ. I used to go to the church. We used to have those prayers, Sunday prayers, mass prayers. And we used to get down on our knees on the bench and worship Jesus Christ. Yeah, and the everybody, even the Hindus here, they have no problem worshipping Jesus Christ. But then all of a sudden, what happened for me was Islam was the only religion for me, I was Islamophobic. Whenever I used to see somebody with a beard and a kufi topi, I said, this guy is going to either kill me, he's going to stab me. And that's the notion exactly how the media has put it. The butcher shops in India and Pakistan, they're all run by people who have big beards, and they wear this lungi around. And it gives it, and in the movies, they show it the same way. That these guys are committing crimes. So the entire notion about Islam in my country, the media has kind of messed it up. Yeah. So, we were all scared. Still people are scared only by looking at the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But the Quran, the Hadith, nowhere has reached people's eyes. Forget hearts. It has not reached people's eyes. They have not read it. People have not read it. People don't know the Hadiths and what Islam actually guides us to. People
Yeah, they
have
don't want
not
to learn.
identified the shaitan, the evil voice that comes within every human being and asks us to provoke us to do a lot of wrong stuff. People have no idea, are not able to distinguish between the right and the wrong because Islam has been misinterpreted. I was always a materialistic guy, always had this high ambition of literally say 40, 50 pairs of shoes and 40, 50 pairs of watches and, fancy cars, and completely always my mind was on the materialism, and never was point A, never was I happy after buying all those things. And the next minute I wouldn't have even used it, my heart would tell me what's next,
Mm-hmm.
what's next in your line. So I found a very toxic relationship within myself, that you are not happy even if you wanted something. This is what you're craving for. Okay, now you got it, but you're not happy. Why? So there was this always this void within myself, and this is all because of the creativeness. You know how creative people are, right? They always want to be on the high. So never satisfied with anything that materialism gave me. And then this is after my schooling. I go for my MBA. So when I went for my MBA, I was a little bit distant from my parents. So there is when the religion didn't kick in there. There was
Mm-hmm.
that phase when religion was not there in my life. And even there I used to, in Singapore we celebrate a lot Christmas, we celebrate all other festivals. But Islam has got, if you see, there is nothing fancy about the festivals in Islam. There's nothing fancy. If you go to the core of the celebrations of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, there is nothing glamorous, there is nothing fancy, there is nothing colorful, but heart is always lit up. When we are starving during Ramadan, astaghfirullah, we should not use the word starving, when we are, sacrificing for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala,
Subhanallah.
that happiness people are not able to see, but we as Muslims, we are able to feel it. But obviously we can't let other people feel what we feel. So again, during my MBA phase, I have a lot of ambitions. Obviously, what an MBA guy, when he comes out, he's got all this business plans, and I did my MBA in finance and Islamic finance, and the norm and the graduation and the MBA, they literally don't go hand in hand. I couldn't apply in banks. I couldn't apply in stock market offices. So I had a lot of issues there because I did my MBA in finance and marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but my major was finance. So my job thing took a lot of toll there because nobody was offering me a job which I wanted, and obviously Singapore, they had a lot of issues that time with the job. So I had to come back to India. When I came back to India, so this is where my reward story actually begins. This is just a small synopsis of what I wanted to tell so that people could connect.
Mm-hmm.
So I am actually physically a very active guy, alhamdulillah,
Alhamdulillah.
since my very crazy about diet and six pack and this thing. So this was one day in 2017 November. 2017 November, I have my normal workouts, and it was a weekend, and I was at home. So my general routine, I go to bed at around 2 o'clock in the night. At around 2 o'clock in the night, my body completely freezes. It shuts down. Completely shut down. I'm not able to move my limbs. I'm not able to move my head, my eyes, nothing. Except for my tongue, which is moving, and my head is moving. So some people call it sleep paralysis. Something like a seizure. But something like this has never happened to me before in my entire 27 years of life. Nothing like that has happened, alhamdulillah. So something like this happens and I freak out. I get scared. I get scared to the point where I started calling all the gods that I worshipped since childhood. I didn't leave any stone untouched. Every single god I worshipped, I invoked to please save me from that trauma, because it was something like was pressing me onto my bed. I was able to breathe, but then I was not able to move. It was really scary for me, as if some ghost or something, attacked me or something. And then I call out to every single idol that I worshipped. Nothing came to rescue. I call Jesus al-Islam. I call Maryam al-Islam. Because these are so-called gods that I worship. And point to be noted, I was Islamophobic. I had got no relationship. In fact, I thought Allahu Akbar, the term, was a barbaric term that people used to either chop animals or to kill people. Because I have come across those videos where
Yeah,
people,
that's what they believe.
cut
That's
off
the
people's
belief.
head and they say Allah. So that was the only phrase that I knew about Islam, and which was barbaric. You will not
Barbaric.
believe, after 15 minutes of, I was suffering for 15 minutes because approximately 15 minutes I was just calling out to these people, nothing worked. And then you will not believe, my tongue said Allahu Akbar and my body completely released. My body completely released.
Subhanallah.
My tongue said Allahu Akbar. And that point of time was like, what had just happened? Why did this happen? Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar is the only thing that I was scared of in pertaining to Islam. Why would such a thing happen? And I go to Google. I type what is Allahu Akbar. It says Allahu Akbar is the greatest. And so, oh, that is the greatest. But why did my tongue has to say this? And why did it? Nothing got released basically. So the moment I said Allahu Akbar, my entire body released. I go to my kitchenette. I drink a glass of water,
Subhanallah.
and that was the most calm that I've ever felt in my heart. I come back to my room at around 3 o'clock. I Google everything about what Allahu Akbar, what it meant. Alhamdulillah, next day morning I took my Shahada all that. So, you know, every single time I tell myself, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you hidayat in 1 second. It just took 1 second for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you.
Subhanallah.
And Alhamdulillah, I and no Muslim should ever, 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 even for $1 billion, should sell their iman, their faith.
True.
La ilaha illallah is beyond the heavens and the earth. The heavens and the earth exist because of La ilaha illallah. He gave me this without any intervention. And I tell myself in every prayer, when the call of the Adhan comes, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, I tell myself, I remind myself, without any human intervention. No people gave me dawah. I had no Muslim friends who gave me dawah ever. I have those two friends and they have never called me to Islam. They never spoke to me about Islam. Nobody has ever told me what Islam meant, what it is. Come to Islam,
Subhanallah.
look at
See?
Islam, read the Quran, read the Prophet. Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was a
Sallallahu
name
alayhi
which I didn't like before I knew anything about Islam. And Allah just literally fed me with this golden spoon
Subhanallah.
of hidayat. And I tell myself that moment, Allah or the angel, Allahu Alam, He literally held my ruh, my soul, and He didn't let me go till I said Allahu Akbar.
Subhanallah.
This, you guys might think, why after 2017, all of a sudden in 2021, are you coming and telling this story? Weren't you so excited to tell this reverse story out before? So there was the waswas of the shaitan telling me, what do you want? Fame, telling people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you hidayat like this? I had to literally have a battle with me for all this while. And now I question myself, what if you pass the next day? This beautiful story might spark people's heart. This is what exactly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's kun means for me. That kun and be, and it is. So this is my word story.
Yeah, brothers and sisters, the video was like, I was into it. I really like watching the video. I didn't even like look around. I was so focused to absolutely listen to the brother's revert story. Yeah, the way he explained it, there's Islamophobic everywhere. People who hate Islam for not knowing anything about it. It's surprising how you can hate something that you don't know. Because you hate something you know because you know what it is. But if you just start distancing something that may be good for you, it's just surprise, the points that he touched. He said Indians who are Hinduism, they have no problem worshipping Jesus, but they have big problem with Islam. See, a lots of people have a big problem with the truth, and it's just very difficult to listen and take it. Yeah, so brothers and sisters, I have to end this video right here, and I will see you in the next video. Please subscribe to the channel and comment where you're watching from for YouTube algorithm, because I just want to know where my audiences are coming from. And thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.